I got to ask you guys this question, man. Think about it. Because for anybody who's watching this and thinking like, man, this is stupid. You should just tell your wife. Why couldn't you just communicate with her? You should always be able to talk to your girl. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship where I can't talk to my girl about everything. Let me ask you this, bro. How many times have you told a female something and they overreacted? I'll wait. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the From Boys to Men show, brought to you by the Squire Program. I'm your host, Lheyton Cook. And today, man, we're going to talk about, should men open up to women? I'm going to summarize this whole episode for you. Hell no, they shouldn't open up to women, man. I'm going to explain why before you jump on me in the comments talking about this dude's, lying to his girl, misogynist, whatever freaking buzzwords y'all want to use. I'm going to explain why. I'm going to get to it right now. But the reason why this episode even came up is because me and Bedros did an episode. You maybe watched it on this channel. And there was a part where we talked about open up to women. Should you open up to them? Girls say that they want an emotional man. They want someone who can communicate and be, emotionally intelligent and share his feelings and whatever, maybe cry a little bit sometimes. Should he do that? Right? That's what they say they want. So what should we do? And we basically summarized it, or Bedros also summarized it as like, no, you shouldn't do that. And I'll kind of get into why in a second. But anyways, I bring that up because we made a reel out of that, posted it on YouTube, and people were coming after me talking about, I shared a story about where I didn't tell my wife about one time we were freaking dead broke, bro. I'm talking like, man, open up the freaking wallet, cobwebs in there, bro. Like, freaking open up the wallet, bats flying out of it. Like, it was like nothing in there, bro. I had negative $20 in my bank account. My wife had just given birth to our second daughter. So we had a 2-year-old, a newborn who was just born like a couple weeks before that. And we had rent to pay and a bunch of other bills. And so it was a stressful time for me as the man because my wife doesn't work. I'm the only one working. And so I shared in that clip that I didn't tell my wife we didn't have money. I wanted to make sure that she didn't even know anything. Like, she thought our life was great. Like, our life was great, but financially, I wanted her to think that everything was cool. I was still able to figure out ways to let her get her nails done and her eyelashes or whatever she wanted to do, go shopping. Like, I wanted her to feel like she would never go without, that everything was under control. We're good. Right. And so I shared that story and people were like, I don't get it. Why couldn't you just tell your wife? Like, you should have just told her. No, bro, I'm not telling her that, because I tell her that what I think is something that's like not a big issue to her is like, dude, our whole world's crashing down behind us. Like, she doesn't know, like, all she's thinking is being a mom. Like, is the nest okay? Like, are we going to have to freaking eat beans every day? Like, are we going to like be living on the streets? Like, she's thinking as making sure the nest is taken care of for her babies. Right. And so, I wanted to make sure that I could take care of it and not have to worry her about that unnecessarily, unless we were in like a situation where I can't handle this anymore. Then that's different, right? But I was able to handle it and weather the storm. Obviously, I'm here today and we're good. And so anyways, man, and I got to ask you guys this question, man. Think about it. Because for anybody who's watching this and thinking like, man, this is stupid. You should just tell your wife. Why couldn't you just communicate with her? You should always be able to talk to your girl. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship where I can't talk to my girl about everything. Let me ask you this, bro. How many times have you told a female something and they overreacted? I'll wait. Because I know damn well you got a story right now you thought about right now, bro. I'll give you an example, man. Like, you're on the freeway. You guys are going to a party. You guys are going to dinner, whatever. And maybe you're running late or something and you missed the freeway exit. She goes, I don't even want to go anymore. Like, now we're going to be late. It's going to be a whole thing. And it turns into this whole freaking thing. It doesn't have to be a big situation or a big deal. But somehow she gets upset about it. Ends up being a big deal. I'll give you a personal example for myself. My wife and I, one time, were going to a wedding. My friends were getting married a couple years ago. And my wife goes, man, she's getting herself ready in the mirror. She's doing her hair, whatever. She goes, man, I need to cut my hair. Like, I need to cut my split ends. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll deal with that later. We got to go. Like, we're running late, right? She's like, no, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Can you just like cut my hair real quick? Like, me cut your hair? I'm gonna make you like, you're gonna look like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't cut your hair. And so she goes, no, just cut it right. Just 2 inches, just cut the split ends. Will be fine. I'll show you how to do it, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, all right, man, let's make this quick, right? So I cut her hair 2 inches, just like she said. After we finished, she looks at the ground and sees all the hair on the ground. And she's like, babe, I told you 2 inches. You didn't, that's not two. I'm like, I picked it up like, no, this is definitely 2 inches. Like, I'll get a measurement and everything. She goes, oh, well, I thought like that's not what I meant then. I'm like, but you told me 2 inches though. And she got emotional. She started tearing up and like, I guess women cutting their hair is like an emotional thing. They feel attached to whatever. So anyways, it was all fine. It was whatever. But we went to the wedding and it was like the mood was kind of off and kind of weird because she was upset about her haircut that I gave her after she asked me to do it. And so my point is, man, that it's not necessarily their fault that she was emotional about it. That's how they are. They're factually installed to be more emotional and be more in tune when it comes to that. Be more sensitive, be more soft. Like, this is what you want your woman to be anyways. You don't want some girl that's like hard all the time and, you know, tough and masculine. Like, I get it. We got to come. It comes with the territory, right? So we got to take the good with the bad, or the bad with the good, I should say. And so, think about it like this, man. You know, so what's the solution? Like, there's 4 quick points that's going to be the solution for you when it comes to this. Number 1 is, if you have serious topics to talk about, something that you might break down about, something you might cry about, something that's like very serious, talk to your boys, bro. This is why you need to have a brotherhood. This is why you need to have a group of friends that you can trust and you can lean on. You know, the type of friends, man, they honestly like, they'll be there with you and like console you, make you like, oh man, it's all right, you're gonna be fine. And then afterwards they might roast you a little bit, like, man, this freaking dude crying, whatever, like joking around with you. That's what your boys are for, man. Like, they're there to make you feel better and let you know, like, all right, man, it's all good. Like, we let you get it out, but now let's get back to work. Like, let's figure this out, right? And so that's why you need to have a brotherhood. This is why having boys in your life, like friends, is so important. That's number 1. Number 2 is, your lady needs to look at you as like her knight in shining armor. Like, she doesn't need to look at you as the dude that is always in trouble or drama and can't figure it out. Like, it's one thing to have an issue and vent to her about it and have a solution for it. But if you're going to do that, then be stoic about it. Like, don't start crying about you lost your job, or don't start crying about whatever it is. I think a dude should never cry in front of his girl. And that's just, hey man, I know a lot of people disagree with that. And they say some girls can handle it. Why couldn't you cry in front of your girl? My girl doesn't care about that. Like, I can cry in front of my girl. Cool, bro. I'm not saying that those girls don't exist, but generally speaking, girls get turned off when they see their guy, the guy that they think the person in their life that they're supposed to look up to as a leader, that's supposed to be strong, that's supposed to be the one that takes care of the household, that, you know, is just like the rock. She doesn't want to see that dude breaking down crying. You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, there are girls that exist that are out there like that. But generally speaking, I wouldn't do it, because you never know what kind of girl you're dealing with. Who knows, right? Until later on in the relationship. So that's the next thing. And then number 4, man, understand that what women say they want and what they actually want are 2 completely different things. Like, they might say that they want an emotionally intelligent guy. They might say that they want a guy that, you know, is in tune with his emotions and wants to, you know, I want him to be like, yeah, open up. He should feel safe with me. He should talk to me, and he should, you know, feel safe, you know, tearing up and breaking down. Like, they say they want that, but they don't really want that, bro. I've heard so many stories of girls that say on podcasts, like, we actually, on Bedros and I's interview, we put a clip in there from this girl that was talking about that, and how she was a Muay Thai fighter, and she was talking about how her boyfriend, who was also a fighter, she was at his fight and he was getting his ass beat. He was getting touched in there, and she didn't like the way that he was getting his ass beat. Like, she thought that he should be like, even though he's getting his ass beat, getting rocked, he should be like flipping the dude off as he's falling to the canvas. Like, she didn't like the way that he turned his back and cowered away and maybe ran a little bit. Like, I get, like, you know, like, that kind of probably looked like a funny image, like picturing a dude run away from another guy in a ring. But girls don't like that, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Biologically speaking, like, they don't want to see that. That's not what they want to see in their men. So take it for what it's worth, man. Y'all can do whatever you want. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to give you some game. So you guys can do whatever you want with it. But I would recommend not talking to your lady about that. Get your brotherhood together, get your boys together, talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let it out with them. Figure out a solution. Always be solution based, because that's what men need to do. And that's how men need to be in the first place, is always be driven towards finding a solution. And you'll live a great life, man. That's really what all that there is to it, man. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in for another one. Let us know actually in the comments what else you'd like to hear us talk about. I have a lot of topic ideas that Bedros and I kind of curate and figure out, you know, what would be good for episodes to discuss. But if you guys have any ideas, let us know what you want to hear us talk about, whether it's about the Squire Program, whether it's about masculinity outside of that, whether it's just about, you know, becoming a better man, whatever it is. Let us know in the comments. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.